The garage door creaked open, my Camaro glowing under the dim light like treasure unearthed from time. Suddenly, a shriek pierced the night. "That's my car! He's stealing it!" Sirens wailed closer, red and blue flashing against chrome. Imagine being accused of grand theft in your own driveway. My name's Marcus, and cars are in my blood. My grandfather turned wrenches, my father carried the trade, and I've been keeping engines alive for years. After my divorce, I needed a new start. So I bought a small house in Willowbrook Estates, a neighborhood with matching mailboxes, perfect lawns, and more rules than a prison camp. But in that garage sat my sanctuary, a 1967 Camaro SS. I found her at an estate sale, little more than rust and memory, and spent 18 months breathing life back into her. Every bolt tightened, every gasket replaced, every panel sanded was therapy. That car wasn't just metal, it was my second chance. So when a neighbor claimed my pride and joy was hers, it wasn't just an insult. It was an attack on everything I'd poured myself into. Every neighborhood has one, the self-appointed ruler with a clipboard. Ours was Brenda Wilson, HOA president and full-time Karen. She drove a spotless white BMW, flashed a smile sharp enough to cut glass, and had never lifted anything heavier than a wine glass. Her reign was legendary. Trash cans left out for 10 minutes? Fine. Grass taller than 2 inches? Citation. Wrong font on your mailbox? Warning letter. She lived for nitpicking, and her favorite target was me. The roar of my impact wrench? Noise violation. The smell of primer? Environmental hazard. But things took a strange turn at one of her pool parties. Over mimosas and gossip, she bragged about buying a classic Camaro from Phoenix, worth 45 grand. She even showed pictures of a car identical to mine. That's when I realized Brenda wasn't just controlling. She was delusional, and delusions mixed with power are dangerous. The day it happened, I just finished a 12-hour shift at the shop. Dead tired, I rolled into the driveway, garage remote in hand. The door groaned upward, revealing the Camaro, paint gleaming like fire under the lights. That's when Brenda stormed across her lawn, phone already to her ear. "Someone call 911. He's stealing my car." I froze. My keys dangled in my hand. My own car, my own driveway, yet somehow I was the thief in her story. Her voice carried across the block, loud enough for porch lights to flicker on. She didn't even confront me first. She just weaponized the police. Sirens echoed down the street before I could get a word out. Imagine standing beside the car you rebuilt from dust, only to watch your neighbor scream that you're a criminal. The pit in my stomach told me this was about to get ugly. 2 patrol cars skidded into my driveway, lights blazing like a crime scene. 4 officers piled out, hands tense at their belts. "Sir, we received a call about a stolen vehicle," the lead officer said. Brenda pointed at me like I'd been caught red-handed. "That's him. I wired the money yesterday. That's my Camaro." I took a breath, remembering my father's words. Documentation beats desperation. I pulled out my phone, scrolling through hundreds of progress photos, from rusted frame to gleaming masterpiece. Receipts, DMV registration, insurance, everything was in my binder. The officers studied the papers, brows lifting as they saw my name, my address, the matching VIN. Meanwhile, Brenda clutched glossy dealer photos she'd printed off the internet. No signatures, no proof, just pictures. The contrast was laughable, but her rage wasn't. "He forged it all. He's a liar," she screeched. The officers exchanged looks. The truth was clear, but Brenda wasn't backing down. And deep down, I knew this was only round 1. The very next morning, a notice appeared in my mailbox. Violation: unauthorized commercial vehicle storage. Translation: my work van parked in my own driveway. 2 days later, excessive noise, then offensive odors. Brenda had declared war. But this time I was ready. I installed high-def security cameras, cloud storage, and floodlights. If she so much as sneezed in my direction, I'd have proof. And proof, I knew, was power. Neighbors started whispering their own horror stories. Fake citations, harassment until families sold and moved. She wasn't just obsessed. She had a playbook. Drive people out, flip houses through her realtor license, profit from misery. Would you fight back? Or cut your losses and run? Drop your answer in the comments, because I decided to fight, and I wasn't alone. Curiosity led me to the county courthouse, digging through dusty HOA records. What I found made my jaw drop. Tens of thousands siphoned from neighborhood funds, payments to companies that didn't exist, landscaping projects that never happened, legal fees linked to Brenda's divorce. All roads led back to her. She wasn't protecting the community. She was bleeding it dry. And here's the kicker, her own house was in foreclosure. She hadn't even paid her HOA dues in over a year. That's why she needed me gone. My property was her last chance at a payday. Suddenly, it all made sense. The fake car claim, the false police call, the endless citations. Brenda wasn't just a Karen with power. She was a desperate criminal about to implode. The unraveling was spectacular. First came the vandalism. Roofing nails scattered across my driveway. Then the fake evidence, oil cans she planted behind my garage, price stickers still attached. My cameras caught it all. Crystal clear. Next came social media. She started a neighborhood watch group, posting pictures of my garage and hinting at suspicious activities. But neighbors were done with her games. Screenshots flew, comments roasted her, and the group collapsed into chaos. Then came the HOA meeting. Our coalition showed up with binders of evidence, financial records, and video proof. The room erupted as neighbor after neighbor revealed their Brenda stories. For once, Brenda couldn't shout her way out. The vote was unanimous. She was stripped of power. And the police? They were already circling. Brenda's downfall hit faster than a piston firing. Arrested for embezzlement, fraud, and filing false police reports, she traded her BMW for an orange jumpsuit. The judge ordered restitution and prison time. Our neighborhood? Transformed. New board, new transparency, even a community garden where people actually talk instead of glare. Property values climbed, but more importantly, trust returned. And me? Every Sunday, I roll the Camaro out, engine purring like victory. Because here's the truth. This was never just about a car. It was about standing up when someone abuses power. About neighbors protecting neighbors. So if you've ever dealt with a Karen in your life, remember, document everything, build allies, and let the truth do the heavy lifting. Sometimes karma just needs a little push.